We should be live.
Not yet.
Yep, we're live.
Hello, Gun Nation.
What's up, everybody?
Hello, everybody.
Hello, everybody. We having fun this evening?
Heck yeah, man.
Heck yes, we are. All right. Captain Phil says his P10C is back at the factory.
Uh-oh. That's not a good sign.
That's not good.
That's not good. Captain, you're going to have to fill us in on that.
Yep. Got V-Borg. Let's do a quick rundown just who we have in here so far. We have Razor. We have Craig. Of course, KS. And we do have 182nd Johnny here. We've got Young Guns, Pistol Pete, Captain Phil. Let's see here. Let me move on down here. We got Knuckle 60, Lock and Load Lifestyle, Mateo, Harry's Holsters in the house, V-Borg, Music Lover. Let's see here. Big Mo, Rich 4150, and Nodak Willie so far. Got about 18 on. So, and J Mike just jumped on. So, real quick, while we're still waiting for more, you guys all ready for Christmas?
Nope.
That's good.
What about you, Johnny?
I got a couple more days left.
I'm good. Good to go. Ready to go.
All right.
Ready right now.
No, I'm good, man. Shopping's done. Ready for a casual Christmas this year. I'm very excited.
That's awesome. Well, for the 26th that we have on, we do have a guest. We have Johnny from 182nd Ideas. Johnny, would you like to, and of course I just said your name, but would you like to tell us a little bit about your channel? And also, guys, there is a link below. Y'all can go on to his channel, click it. But go ahead, Johnny. Give us your spiel.
I don't really have a spiel. I'm in Tennessee, been doing YouTube for about a year. And of course, I've been doing YouTube since the very beginning as a user. So I think we've all been here even before we turned the camera on. But I started the channel about a year ago, having a lot of fun, do a little bit of bench stuff, do some stuff at the range. I built this past summer, built a private pistol range just for shooting video. And do a little bit of comedy as well, have a lot of fun, and follow all your all's channels as well. So I love it, absolutely love it, and having a ball. Thanks for letting me be here.
Oh, yeah. Great to have you. We appreciate you coming on. And like I said, we always like to have a good time. If you have any questions, just spout them out. And we do like to interact with the subscribers. They'll ask questions. We'll answer them. Of course, we want your opinion, too.
I do have a question.
Yes.
Why is the 1911 an outdated platform?
Ooh.
That's actually a good question.
I think it would start with probably the 20-minute takedown.
I was kidding,
I'm going to say two things. I'm going to say on some, now if we're talking only 1911, I would say weight and capacity.
Okay. I actually don't consider it an antiquated platform. I consider it another platform along with double action, single action, revolver, striker fires, you name it, all the different types of manual of arms, so to speak. But 1911 to me is just another platform for firearms. And although it's a little bit older than some, not all, I don't know. I don't consider it antiquated. I do recognize that it's not as popular with younger shooters by and large. They go for the striker fires and the more, the newer, more modern firearms. And that's unfortunate, I think, because exposure to 1911s is I think it's really important in the gun world because not only from a historical standpoint, but also because they are just a ton of fun to shoot. I mean, they just are. They are a lot of fun. There's something about shooting a heavy 1911 with 230 grain hardball going down range, that thing pushing back at you a little bit. It's just fun. They're sweet shooters.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And no, and I do like a 1911. I mean, I think that they're really nice, but a lot of the thing is going more capacity driven. Just kind of flip the script. I've had 1911s in the past. I don't own them anymore, and I had some very nice ones. But, you look at a 1911, okay, holds 8, 9 rounds, okay, with one in the pipe. But then again, you flip that to an FNX 45, and I love that, and it's 15 plus 1 of 45. and it's, you know, it's a lot cheaper than a lot of 1911s. And I mean, it's a great pistol. You know, it's a battle-proven pistol. So a lot of people, I think more people are going for capacity and weight. Hell, that thing holding 15 rounds is lighter than some all-steel 1911s. So, you know.
Yeah, yeah,
But,
yeah. You know, Nolan, the Lock and Load Lifestyle, was saying it's not the latest and greatest, but it's still a great option and truly iconic. I think that sums it up. And a lot of you guys are talking a little bit about the 1911s. And don't tell Kimber that the 1911 is outdated. Range Randy said that. But Mateo's right, too. It's a matter of perception. I mean, it really is. And I think that the 1911, well, perhaps isn't carried as often as other by and large in this country. Still a relevant firearm, and I think it's a work of art. Now, I think Music Lover was saying they can be pretty expensive, and amen to that. They can get right up there.
yes, they can. I do have some questions. Let's see here. All right. And these are just random questions. I kind of picked some and wrote them down. And I would like to wish the subs and, of course, you gentlemen, Merry Christmas. You know, it's coming up quick. But kind of going to that, and this can be, it doesn't have to be gun related. It can be whatever great thing happened. But do you, in a real quick story, do you have a most exciting Christmas ever? It can be, I got a gun. It can be a relative, you know, came, we never saw him, you know, whatever. Something that just you remember to this day.
Wow, that's a stumper.
Yeah, that might take me like all night to think about.
God, seriously.
I just didn't know if there was like, boom, one thing that, and we can come back to that. We'll go back to that question. All right.
Actually, I do remember. And obviously I'm horribly materialistic, especially as a child growing up in the 80s. But I think probably the most outstanding memory was when I got. And I was real big into Legos and G.I. Joe were my thing, and Legos especially. And I probably could still sit down and play with Legos today. It'd be fine. I like building and all that kind of stuff. But I got the original yellow castle. This was back in 1983, and I mean, it was probably the coolest thing ever. I mean, I think I probably played with that thing for 1,000 hours. You know, just I built it and then just played with it forever. And I think that might be one of my favorite memories. And although I've given all my Legos and any other toys and all that kind of stuff to my nieces and nephews over the years, I've gone back and I've looked for that castle again. And those castles now go for like $400 or $500 on eBay. So
I have that castle in the box. I still have the box. I have the castle. It's perfect. Got it all.
Wow.
I hate you. I absolutely hate you. That's awesome, dude. That's really
Christmas of '83. Same for me.
There you
awesome.
go. Yep. That's yours, Johnny?
Yeah, I have the castle. My daughter built it.
No, I mean, that's
day.
yours. Oh, okay. I didn't know if that was your exciting one. If you came up.
Oh
with
no,
that
it's the same one that KSGG just said. No, mine was last year. Dad came to me and bought me a Santa Claus wants to buy you a Glock. And I said, I'm okay with that. So I got a Glock 43 last year for Christmas. That was pretty cool.
Cool. What about you, 17?
When I was a kid growing up in Staten Island, my parents bought me this. I must have been probably like five, I think. I remember it. They bought me this little fire truck, like a pedal fire truck. Had a little light that went on, you know, came with a helmet with the light on the top, because I knew then that that's what eventually I was going to do. Even as a kid, you know, so for me, that was like the coolest Christmas ever, man. Coolest thing I ever got.
That's awesome. I would say when I was young, there were two, and one y'all are really, really going to laugh about, but one was a green machine. I don't know if y'all, you know, I know some of the, I know some of the younger guys might not know, but man, those green machines, I mean, I literally had no center portion of the tire. It was only the sides. That was all that was left. I wore that thing slick. Nice. And then I'm going to show my age. And I can't remember if I was in high school or junior high, but I actually got the original Michael Jackson zipper jacket from Thriller, but it wasn't the cheap one. It was the really nice one. And man, I thought my shit didn't stink.
I probably wouldn't say that story ever.
But hang on a second. Okay, I threw it in a bag, chunked it in my parents' attic, and somebody was joking around with me, and they said, man, they sent me an eBay link. and it was a real Michael Jackson jacket going for like $2,100.
Wow.
And so, man, I called my parents. I'm like, hey, I got to get back in that attic. I dug around and dug around. I'm like, where's all this crap? They're like, oh, hell, we gave that to Goodwill ages ago. So could have made some money.
Oh, well.
Well, somebody somewhere is happy because they have a Michael Jackson jacket.
Oh, hell, I was going to say somebody's got some money. Let's see here.
Can I bring up something really quick?
Yep.
So anyway, as some people may know or may not know, obviously there has been quite a saga with the Arsenal Strike B. And, if you're not up on what's been going on, I guess he's the owner of Arsenal. And his name is Dimitri, but he was basically saying there was going to be an announcement 2 weeks ago, then this week, and then this week passed, and there really wasn't an actual announcement. Now it's been moved, I believe, to the 22nd. But anyway, long story short, what apparently happened was there was a controversy with Arsenal USA saying that there was a trademark dispute. So Arsenal USA was basically saying that they can't sell the gun because Arsenal is stamped on the slide. So of course, Arsenal from the Strike B side said, well, we have all these guns, supposedly thousands of guns. Again, I don't know if anybody's actually seen these quote unquote thousands of guns, but nonetheless, now Arsenal has to actually basically machine the slides. They have to remove all the Arsenal logos and do something else with them. And so now they're basically saying there's going to be anywhere from a 3 to 4 month additional wait. Again, there was no official announcement on that, but that's kind of what was brought up. And then I just got an email from Reign 6, who, by the way, they've been excellent to deal with. And it's not their fault. They're just a distributor and they've been great through everything. But as far as I'm concerned, Arsenal will not get my business ever. And even Salient Arms, because that's apparently who's going to be controlling the company anyway, because there's just been lack of communication. I think the whole idea of you need to pay us by this amount by this date, and then that date goes by, and now of course there's another delay, and another delay. To me, it's just, and again, no one has seen these thousands of guns. Some people have test shot them, but nobody's ever seen this massive amount of guns that supposedly were approved by the ATF only to be challenged by a company because of a trademark dispute. So I'm definitely not in the market for a Strike B any longer.
I hear you. Yeah, Wicked said he sent his wife to a class at Reign 6 and she loved it. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, they seem like really nice guy. Jimmy, the guy who runs the company, excellent dude. Just a good guy.
Cool. All right. Let's see here. What was your first pistol or rifle?
P01.
What is it? P01?
Yep.
Okay. What about you, Johnny?
First rifle was a 22 Hornet in 1984, and I don't even know what brand it was, Winchester Remington, I think. And first pistol was also given to me by my uncle, same guy, in 98 when I graduated college, and that was a Ruger P89, classic 9mm. Still have it.
Cool.
Nice.
But you, KS?
So first pistol I purchased or first pistol I shot?
That's you bought or someone gave you or whatever, pistol or rifle or both?
Okay, first one I ever bought was a Smith & Wesson 915. So that would have been a steel frame 9mm. Great old gun. I kind of wish I had that, actually. It was a lot of fun to shoot. And then first rifle was it was a Winchester single shot bolt action 22, 1913, I want to say, somewhere around there. It was my grandfather's and his father's, and so that's gone down the line. Still have it. Still a lot of fun to shoot.
Cool. My very first one was a Remington 22. I still have it, and my first pistol was a Smith & Wesson 439 when I graduated high school, and I actually still own it too.
Nice.
So,
nice.
All right. Since we all kind of do reviews and gear and stuff like that, and it can be anything, do you have a favorite thing that you've ever reviewed? Or what is your favorite thing to review, if that's easier?
Why don't you go first?
Me?
Yeah, while we think about it.
Well, of course, I enjoy reviewing guns. I mean, you know, I really like that. Kind of like versus, or you know, just like what's in the box. I kind of like joking around with that. That's probably my favorite. But of course, I like gear and stuff too. But I would say guns are probably my favorite.
Well, I mean, I got that 1911 from Rock Island Armory. I'm going to shoot that up on Friday. So that might be my favorite at this point because it really is a nice looking handgun. And it's my first 1911 to shoot. So it should be pretty exciting.
Cool.
Yeah, I really liked the Magnum Research, the Baby Desert Eagle 3. That friggin' thing was awesome. Absolutely awesome handgun. Heavy, big, 45. You know, that would be a gun I would consider buying because it actually was just excellent to shoot. Fantastic.
So your favorite thing is gun reviews?
Just anything that shoots bullets out of it.
Okay. All right. Okay. Who's next?
Johnny?
I mean, anything that goes boom, I like as well. Like guns. I think my favorite gun of 2017 was a Jericho 941 in 9mm. It's the big, you know, same as 1776 just said. Big, heavy. It's 3.5 pounds. It's impractical. It's nothing you want to carry, and it's awesome.
Yeah.
I like being surprised with reviews. I was really surprised with the little Maglula Uplula loader, the speed loader, and which I'm sure that y'all have, but I'd never had owned one. And
I don't
just
have one.
it's a game changer. I mean, I will never not have one. It's a little $30 piece of plastic, and to have something your day-to-day life at the range change that drastically with a piece of plastic, that was absolutely refreshing. So I like being surprised.
Saves these too.
Thumb saver. Yep.
That's one of the things because, you know, in the low cap mag state, it's only 10 rounds. So, you know, you got to constantly, you know, reload. And I'm telling you, after 300 rounds, man, my thumbs are like on fire.
Oh, yeah.
So there may be something I have to look into.
All right, KS.
Well, I mean, guns, obviously, as far as favorite overall, but I would say there was sort of one of the biggest surprises on the channel for me was probably the Beretta APX. And I may have had more fun reviewing that gun than most any other gun. And I don't go back and watch my videos very much. I usually watch them one more time just to make sure everything is working right. But I could tell there was some excitement behind that. It wasn't just kind of doing the review and doing the thing. And I like doing them all. But the Beretta, I was excited because I was surprised, I guess. And my original interpretation of that gun completely wrong. And I like that. I like being wrong. I like being proven wrong and being surprised, and that's a lot of fun. So that was kind of a standout for me.
Cool. Yeah, we've got a couple more join us. Jarhead 6 is in the house. Pops is in the house. Robin is in the house. So we appreciate y'all being on. Let's see here. Whoops.
Now, Johnny, you brought up something interesting, you know, when you said about the Jericho being a big, impractical, heavy gun. And, you know, that's kind of a question I have for everybody out there. You know, what is your actual limit in regards to weight? Because, you know, like for me right now, I mean, my love affair with this Phantom is just, it's increasing every day. It's a fantastic gun, weighs 21 ounces, I think something like that, about 21 ounces. It's a big gun, but very light. And I absolutely love it. CZ hit a home run by reintroducing it back out to everybody. But what is like the maximum? Because, you know, you look at an SPO1 Tactical, that thing's like a, you know, like a brick. It's almost 3 pounds, 3 pounds of awesomeness. But, you know, is there an actual weight limit that you guys would go for? Or would you carry just anything, you know, if you carry?
I think for me, it depends on the belt, big time belt, and the overall carry system. I'm big. I mean, I talk on my channel a lot about Blue Alpha Gear belts just because they work for me. And there's other belts, plenty of belts that work, but I carry a really good Blue Alpha Gear belt. If I'm wearing a war belt to the range, it doesn't matter at all. I can wear anything. I mean, it doesn't matter. But as far as CCW, it depends on the belt. As far as weight, I don't really care about the weight. I care about keeping my pants up. And you put Jericho on your hip, you're going to walk in a circle all day long. So I CCW a Glock. They don't do anything for me emotionally. I do not care about Glocks, but they work. And so I use them as my bedside gun. It's the one that's in my hip. But I don't carry any of the big guns that I'd like taken to the range, carry them on my hip just because it's horrible. By like hour 3, 4, 5, it's miserable.
Interesting.
But you, KS?
26.6 ounces. That right there so far is the limit. The only reason I know that is because that is the M&P 2.0 compact. That's 26 And so, I mean, I've, carried Glock 19 and the M&P 2.0, but generally I carry single stack, especially in the summertime. It's just easier wearing a t-shirt. But yeah, nothing has bothered me so far. I could probably scale up a little bit, but Johnny summed it up. I mean, you got to have the right gear to support it. If you don't have a good belt, if you don't have a good holster, and then to an extent your clothing, you got to be a little bit aware of what you're wearing and making sure that you're comfortable with how much you're printing, if at all. Once you've got that stuff down, once you've got a system for you, that's all that matters. And everybody's built a little bit differently, so their system has to work for them. So,
Yeah, and I mean, back in the day, I carried 1911s, full metal ones, and I have carried the CZ SP01 tactical, and it's about 2.5 pounds, a little heavier than that, fully loaded, and I carried it with 18+1, and it is a heavy gun. But Johnny's exactly right. A great gun belt, a great holster, and I did carry it outside waistband, but I had my shirt, kind of my jacket down over it, or a little golf windbreaker, whatever you want to call it, and it was. I didn't walk in a circle, but yeah, I knew it was there. I didn't know it was there, but I can still carry the P09, which is similar to the 17's gun with the Phantom. And it's like a Glock 17. A lot of people carry that too. I like carrying different guns. I don't just say I'm only going to carry a single stack and that's it. I kind of like to go through different guns just so I can kind of have a different flavor for all of them, how they carry.
Yeah, I don't know if I have a weight limit in a gun. I mean, I would consider carrying an SP01 tactical. Would it be my everyday go-to handgun? Probably not. But again, I think Johnny said it right. It depends on the belt you're wearing. I mean, if that belt can support the weight, it takes away, I think, the weight of the gun on your hip to an extent. To an extent.
Yes.
Yeah, for me, a lot of it's the size too. I don't care about the weight. I mean, I'm huge, and I don't care about printing. I'm 6'5", so it doesn't really matter. But it's just that size of having that big, massive Jericho digging into my hip like Ace Ventura all day. You go to the movie theater and you're miserable after an hour.
Yeah.
So sometimes I just want that single stack up in the appendix and forget about it.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. And again, I look at it this way: carry whatever, just carry something. Just carry on. I mean, period. I don't care what the hell it is. Just carry something.
Carry a boomerang.
Hey, if that works for you and you can get away with it, carry it.
Right.
Rich actually says 9 pounds is the limit for him. He'll carry 9 pounds.
Nice, nice, Rich. Nice.
Yeah. But oh man, I'll tell you what, I need to do what Jarhead's doing. He said he's dropped 24 pounds in the last 2 months.
Congrats, man.
Nice. That's awesome.
That's
awesome.
Congrats,
the thing also about the whole carrying of guns. I mean, how many of you guys carry two?
I do. Not all the time, but I do. Right. I carry the shield on the left-hand side in a left outside waistband holster, and I'll carry a full size on the right hand, but it depends on where I'm going. I go in some shady areas. All right, let's see. Okay, now this is a question that is probably going to be kind of difficult, but this is something the subscribers could ask too, and I've actually been asked this. So all these questions are questions that I've been asked on some of my videos. I've been writing them all down. I figured we could kind of go over them. But what is the one thing in your EDC rotation that you will not skimp on?
Carmex. No generic.
Nice.
Okay. There you go. What's you, 17? Just one thing, and I can be anything.
That I won't skimp on.
Now, it could be I'm not going to buy, I have to buy the name brand version, or, I just won't leave home without it. However you want to base it on.
Honestly, for me, it's a belt. I've got to have a good carry belt. Okay. It's hard to say. I mean, if you're carrying a gun with you and you carry every day, you shouldn't skimp on anything. You shouldn't skimp on the gun. You shouldn't skimp on the ammo. It's not like you're carrying or you're walking with a pair of sneakers. You're talking about something that is there, that has a purpose, that's going to be used for, God forbid, it's going to be used for a self-defense situation. Don't skimp on anything. I mean, you could say that this holster, which cost me like $20 or whatever, I'm skimping on the holster, but it's a piece of Kydex. It's a well done holster, in my opinion, from Mid-Atlantic Holsters. But I don't skimp on anything.
Yeah.
Nothing.
And it is, you know, it's a very hard question. That's why I wanted to get, you know, kind of the panel's answers, because, you know, I was looking at these and I was like, wow, what's the one thing I would skimp on? Or if I was just running up to grab something pretty quick, you know, definitely I'm going to take my gun, but maybe what I might not take. But my answer was a belt, a really good belt. You know, even if I'm wearing shorts, you know, I'll of course hold a belt, not like gym shorts, but you know, it's a good belt for me, because everything that I carry, whether it be a mag holder, a gun, whatever, is kind of based around that belt. So, and I could, you know, I could skip if it's daytime and I know I'm going to be back before night. I could skip without a flashlight. That's kind of the way I was thinking about it. What about you, KS?
Sorry, responding to music. As far as I would also belt, for a while there, I was using kind of cheaper belts, because when I first got into carry, I didn't know. And I think a lot of us have to figure out a system and have to kind of learn as we go what works for us. And also, the equipment sometimes can make a dramatic difference in our carry experience. And so going from a kind of a super cheap nylon belt with a lot of give and all that kind of stuff, just because I knew the name, the brand, to something significantly better, that made a lot of difference. I totally agree, 17, about like the guns and the ammo and that sort of thing, but I don't really count that in this discussion, because to me, you know, you're either going to carry your gun and your ammo or you aren't. And there are a lot of good guns and there's a lot of good ammo. Obviously, there are cheap guns and cheap ammo, but by and large, you know, you carry what you've got. But you've got to have the right gear to support that stuff. And yeah, belt. I mean, that was a big revelation for me.
Yep.
No, I agree.
Now, I'm sure y'all are probably aware by now, and we've had some questions in the chat asking about it, but what's y'all's opinion on the honor guard, if you have one? You know, the honor guard being able to, you know, go off if it's struck or if it's dropped.
Johnny, you want to go first, or?
I don't have an opinion, because I'm not going to carry one. I mean, I'm familiar with the drama that's out there, and people are hitting it with a hammer and stuff, but you know, I'm not going to trust my life to an honor guard. Sorry to the honor guard staff.
Yeah.
You know, it's one of those things, you know, and again, how many of these guns that we don't know about are not drop safe? You know, I don't know if we can I mean, has anybody tried to drop their gun on the top or whatever side of it is, or taking a hammer? I'm not taking a hammer to any of my guns, but even though it's a tool, but you know, one of the things that I think is interesting, and I watched the video from the dude from whatever, I don't know his name, whatever, the guy from, what is it, TFB or something like that?
Patrick and Jeremy did one.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I left a comment, and I wasn't trying to be rude, and I'm really not trying to be rude, but he did say in the video that he knew about it for months and that he didn't say anything. And I'm not knocking him. You know, he said to me back in the comment that he has a family, and that I believe he said something to the effect that morals or something don't put food on the table. And I agree with that. I mean, he's right in that regard. But at the same time, you know, when does the morality of what we do, at least what I do as a gun channel, a real small gun channel, like when does it set in that, you know, if somebody sends me something and it blows up, I am not going to sit there and say, wow, this was the greatest product ever. You know, I mean, it's just, at some point you have to step up and say, you know what, this is not what I'm comfortable with. I don't want my image on that review. I don't want to review it, whatever. But to hold that back for a few months, then release it as a big, oh, look what I found out. You know, I was a little uncomfortable with that aspect of it.
Yeah.
You know, and again, I'm not calling them out. I'm not trying to be disrespectful in any way, shape, or form. But I think at some point you do have to kind of stand up for some, you know, morals, especially when people are relying on what you're saying and taking it in some cases as gospel.
That's interesting.
And they had trigger problems prior to this. You know, there were a lot of, I mean, you know, I had seen some trigger issues, so I know they were fixing them, but I don't own one. I never, you know, really intended on getting one. I was just curious. All right, let's see. Are there any questions that we've been missing out here? I don't know, Wicked. Wicked has a question or has a statement. Yep, and Live for a While became a grandpa, so that's awesome.
Hey, congratulations.
Gramps.
Yeah, congratulations. I know I skipped over a question here. Yeah, I mean, 17. What a lot of people are doing, they're not using steel hammers; they're just using the rubber mallets,
Right,
to where you won't damage the gun.
Right. And I think what also showed about that too was the response that Honor Guard gave him, which was obviously a very terse response, and this idea that somehow he's threatening them. What I mean, threatening them from what? Exposing the fact that the gun is not safe. I mean, don't you think the consumer has a right to know that as a gun company before you get sued? I mean, it's unbelievable. It really is. And then I started thinking to myself, Jesus, maybe I should only carry guns with hammers on them.
Yeah, well, and Mateo was saying he's tested a lot of his pistols with the rubber mallets, just to see, what, if any of them had issues. You guys, so what's coming up on your channel, Johnny?
I'm in the middle of a marathon right now, so that's going to be going on till the end of the year. I've got a whopper of an AR-15 build that is going to launch between between Christmas and New Year's. So that'll be about probably 5 episodes. And then the gun gossip, where I kind of just not act like a normal human for a little bit. That's been going really well. So I got two more episodes of that coming out this year. So I got one that's going to be dropping Christmas Eve and one dropping New Year's Eve. So busy.
Cool.
Doing a video every day.
Now, and we haven't asked you this, but as far as your shooting, do you prefer rifles or do you prefer pistols?
Oh, pistols all the way. I mean, I don't hunt. I've never hunted. I grew up fishing, and hunting does nothing for me. Okay. So, which people just find ludicrous, but because I live up in the mountains in Tennessee, and everybody else hunts besides me. So I like pistols. They hold. I mean, I have ARs and tons of long rifles, but as far as what holds my attention, all steel, full-sized pistols. Love them. Single action, double action. Bigger the better.
Cool.
So, hey, real quick, I want to interrupt for a minute, Johnny, because you were talking about gun gossip, and I kind of want to stop the clock here for just a second. And guys, everybody out there, I don't know if you guys have tuned in and watched Gun Gossip. There are 2 episodes out there right now, and if I can offer an opinion, I think they're probably one of the most brilliant things I've ever seen coming out of the gun community. Because, well, so here's the thing, and Johnny, we talked about this a little bit off to the side, but that sometimes the gun community can get a little bit wrapped up in itself, and it can get pretty serious. And to a degree, it probably should, because we have a lot of things going against us a lot of times, but anytime we have the opportunity to laugh at ourselves and have a little bit of humor and not take ourselves so seriously, I am a fan of that. So I have to know from you, what was your inspiration to start Gun Gossip? But again, everybody should be checking that out. I think it's brilliant material.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. I mean, I just kind of did that goofing here in the shop about 2 weeks ago, and I really did it just because of the stuff that annoys me with the gun industry. I mean, everybody's like all a bunch of meatheads, and across the board, look at my tattoos and look at my beard, and I'm an operator, and I'm going to play dress up in my backyard, and which is all cool, free country, brother. Play dress up. I don't care. Go pretend like in your mom's basement, like you're a Navy SEAL. That's great, but I also think somebody needs to stop and say, hey, dude, you're taking 13 selfies a day of yourself. And so I actually spent this morning a couple hours on Instagram going deep into people's Instagram accounts. So I guess really the inspiration is just things that entertain me and poking fun at people. And it kind of struck a nerve. And so I've had a lot of fun over the last 10 days with it. And I've met a lot of new folks in the last little bit. Got to do We Like Shooting on Tuesday night. I think that drops tomorrow night, the edited version. So getting to meet some people, getting to talk to people. My email is blown up for the last 10 days. Yeah. I love the gun community. I hope to say that I'm a part of it, and it's family to me. But still, somebody needs to stop and say, dude, your beard is ridiculous, and you're not an operator. You're not going to Afghanistan. You're going to Domino's. So calm down.
Nice.
So in other words, Johnny, you're saying you're a bit of a troll.
Yeah, I guess if the shoe fits, but I guess maybe just honest.
A friendly troll.
Yeah, maybe. I hope to be just honest, because I'm a pasty-faced, ball-headed man. So, but I live in reality, and I'm not going to like run around pretending that I'm going to wear Punisher shirts to work tomorrow and walk around like I'm a sheepdog and call myself a sheepdog when I weigh 113 pounds.
Good point.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's good. That's good. I like that. I like to think that we've got some good, honest channels, and everybody out there. I mean, you guys know we say this a lot, but there are a lot of other great channels that are out there in the crowd tonight, and I consider each and every one of them very honest and a lot of fun. And there's a lot of personality out there, a lot of personality. Ball tops. I'm talking to you guys. And so I thoroughly appreciate and enjoy and respect all these different channels, because there's some humility and some honesty in that, and keeping ourselves in check a little bit. I mean, you guys have all seen me shoot. I'm not that great of a shooter. I mean, we all have to be honest and just have fun with it. So I think it's awesome, man. I appreciate what you're doing.
Well, I appreciate it. I'm having fun.
Yeah, that's great that we can, all have a good time. I mean, that's what it's about. So, and I got a big kick out of them.
Most of us can, but my worry for you, Johnny, is one day somebody's going to get their panties in a bunch, and they're right going to say, "Listen, you need to stop mentioning me in those videos, or I'm going to sue you."
Yeah, well, I don't know. I mean, people have gotten their panties in a bunch. I probably had 30 hate emails today, and I had a couple come in just in the last few minutes while I'm on the show. So, yeah, everybody's wound up about something, but I think that's part of the internet, is everybody thinks their voice matters when sometimes it doesn't. They just need to shut up and go sit in their mom's basement and eat warmed over lasagna.
I mean, I was having a conversation with a gentleman tonight, Sandpaper Pistol Grip, and great guy, by the way.
Is that his name? That's his name?
Yeah, his name is Mr. Pistol Grip. So
that's awesome. Sandpaper.
I don't know if you want me to disclose his real name, because I get in trouble by some members on this panel when I
Sandpaper Pistol Grip.
And so
I like it.
I was having a chat with him, and we were kind of just talking about things, and I totally agree with you. I think one of the things that people get involved in this, and then they take themselves way too seriously. Like this is it. I'm on YouTube. It's like, you're on YouTube, gal. That's it. I mean. Yeah. And again, not to be disrespectful in any way, but this ain't my life. I mean, I like doing it. I enjoy doing it.
Yeah.
Don't necessarily like some of the comments I get, but yeah, that is what it is, and I think you have to take it with a grain of salt, man. It's like, I just like showing people stuff I have. And if I can help them make a decision, awesome. Bottom line.
Well, I don't think any of the guys that I've even been talking about are going to say anything. Like, immediately I talked about John Lovell's hair 10 days ago, and immediately he's one of the first responses, and he absolutely loved it. I've heard from Big John Hickok, he loved it, of course, and several other ones. So I don't think I'm going to hear anything negative from them. I'm hopefully good-natured fun. So
yeah,
and plus, we have the whole thing called fair use copyright, so it's not. I don't think it's going to be a big deal.
Yeah.
Hope not.
Yeah, it's just all about having fun. I mean, and like you said, none of us and none of the people out there can take their self way too seriously. You gotta be yourself. And I know a lot of people have a persona that they carry, and there might be totally different off of YouTube, but you just gotta sometimes let people see your real self. So, let's see here.
A quick question, if I can just throw this out to everybody on the panel. Of course, I could use anybody's help out there. So obviously with the Strike B, I got my money back, and I have a dilemma. I have extra money, and I want to get another gun. I've been looking at a couple of things, but I seriously just can't make up my mind. There's really no striker fired handgun on the market right now that I'm interested in. I looked at the APX. The thing's just ugly as hell. I looked at the FNN 509, which I have a CZ P10. I got a Glock. I got Steyrs up the ass. And my thing is, what should I get next? And I can't decide. So I could use some help, guys. That's what I'm asking for.
Well, I say get the gun that you want to get.
Yeah.
Say again, Johnny.
Get the one that you want to get. I am old, and I have found out that life goes very, very fast. And get the one in your heart that you really, really want. My next gun's going to be a Dirty Harry 29.2 Smith & Wesson. That's impractical and serves no purpose. Get the one you want to get.
You got to make a video carrying that, by the way.
I'm going to carry it. Absolutely. Right here.
Well, like I told you, and I know you, and you said that you like a really nice lever action. And I know you own some. I say get a Daisy Red Rider. It's a really nice lever action. Man, you just tilt it.
I don't know.
Tilt it. Bam.
Walmart.
Heck yeah, like $30, man. You can buy them on eBay and have it shipped straight to your house.
Stock and a little thing that tells time.
Yeah, no FFL needed. Wicked says just get some training.
I thought about it, you know. Yeah, I'm telling you, man, one of these days, Wicked, I'm coming out by you and I'm going to go over to Thunder Ranch, man. I want to go out there pretty badly.
Yeah.
You know, Clint, in my opinion, is just the shit. I mean, there's no way to say it. The guy is awesome. I like his demeanor if he has one, but you know, I like everything about his school, man. It would be great to go out there.
Yeah, there's 3 people that I would really like to train with, and you know, it would be Clint, Reed Henderson. You know, I think he would be a good guy, and of course John. I mean, I think those 3 would just be awesome if we ever
Which
got
John?
the opportunity. Lovell.
Okay.
Yeah, I think those 3 would just be really great.
He is both a warrior and a poet.
Yes, yes, he is. Yeah, and Clint is just a badass. I mean, he could just talk to you and you'd freak out. You know, he's got that manly talk and manly walk. I'm sure.
I don't know if I'd be excited or scared. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
I could see him screaming up, "You're holding it!" Well, he'd have that raspy voice. "You're holding a gun the wrong way, you son of a bitch." You know, I don't know. You know, I worry about that a little bit.
Yeah, like Clint Eastwood, just rip you apart.
Yep, it's all good. Good character.
Exactly. Let's see here. Okay. Well, okay. FS compact or 10 millimeter. If you know, what's your opinion? Like, if you could get a, well, actually, Wicked is saying that Clint is a great guy, and he met him, really good guy.
Nice.
If you know, and I know that we all shoot and stuff like that, and we have rifles and shotguns and stuff like that. Now, of course, on your ammo, do you just hoard every round, or do you have certain rounds that you really like to keep on hand?
I don't care. Whatever is on sale.
Well, no, I meant, do you keep 9 millimeter? You know, I know you have a 7.62 by 39. You know, you've got the the one you just got.
Yeah, an SKS.
SKS, that's it. I mean, do you keep like 1,000 rounds of 9 millimeter? Do you keep 1,000 rounds of 7.62 39? Do you just keep?
I mean, for me, I would say I have about 20 times that amount, to be honest with you. Not gonna lie. I just, whatever it's on sale, man, I just grab it, you know. And you know, I know we always discuss, hey, you know, what's the best carry ammo? Anything that is affordable and that goes bang and it flies at somebody really fast. I mean, I don't think there's a way to dispute, because there's always this talk about maximum impact and all this other nonsense. I'll tell you what, get shot by a 9 millimeter and tell me if you give a crap if it's you know, Hornady or anything else, because you're not.
No, I really wasn't going there. I was going to.
No, I'm just bringing that up. I'm saying that on a side note.
Yeah. Like on a 9 millimeter, you know, or what are your?
Well, I only really have 2 calibers of guns, and it's 9 and it's 7.62. I mean, I don't need any more than that, in my opinion.
Gotcha. Okay. What about you, Johnny?
I burn through it for the channel so fast that I don't really hoard. I mean, I have hoarded before over the years, but I burn through it. I mean, I really, really burn through it.
So what's your calibers that you hoard up or go burn through?
I burn through 9.
Okay.
Just nonstop.
Okay.
And a lot of 22. I mean, I think 22s are fun.
Yeah.
Nice.
What you, KS?
Well, as far as numbers, I mean, basically anything's up for grabs, but I generally keep 1,000 rounds of 9 millimeter that's target ammo just kind of stashed away, and about 200 rounds of self-defense ammo. And it's kind of a mixed bag. I mean, we've got a little bit of 4 or 5 brands in there. So that's kind of sort of off limits. And then other, right. And then other 9 millimeter, I mean, I buy by the 1,000, just, you know, per case, and whatever good deal I can get on that. And I just get 1 or 2 of those a month and burn through it. Like Johnny said, I mean, I burn through a lot of 9 millimeter, especially depending on the video schedule. And I take the cameras with me almost every single time. I mean, so I'm burning through a lot. So.
Yeah, one thing I try to do for every 100 rounds of you know, shooting ammo for, you know, whatever, training ammo, if you want to call it that, I usually will buy a box of like 25 rounds of hollow point, and I'll stash those. You know, because I you know, I don't want to just shoot, 115 grain. So I'll shoot other heavier grains, obviously, just to make sure the gun functions right. I'll be honest with you, I'm not going to shoot 200 rounds of hollow point. I'm not going to do that. It's not cost efficient, unless anybody has ammo sponsors that want to give me stuff. But I got to work for a living, guys. So unfortunately, that ain't happening.
Yeah, no, I understand. I stash 22. I try to keep quite a bit of that, and I love shooting 22. It's just fun. It's cheap plinking. 9mm is my largest. 223, 5.56, and 12 gauge, and of course 308. But those are 9mm, and probably 22 and 223 and 5.56 are my largest. So, see, we got a few others that have joined. 7 Up, 3 Down. Freelo or Philo. See here. I guess I forgot someone.
Hey, real quick, we got a question for 180 cents.
Okay.
Johnny, what's your favorite 22 to shoot? This is from Harry's Holsters.
Oh, golly. Hey, what's up to Harry Holsters? He is everywhere on the internet. Favorite 22. Yeah. Holy smokes. That is such a cool question. What are those like everybody made them in the 60s and the 70s, those the ones where you pack them down the barrel, they hold like 20 rounds of them, the something 60. And Dad's got 2 of them. Everybody's got a bunch of them. I like those things, and I don't even know what they are. Dad's got a Remington and a Winchester, and they're the exact same gun. I don't even know what they are. I like that, and of course, the one that I usually take, I've got a I hate saying this word, but a tactical Ruger 1022 with a pretty nice loophole on it that can drive nails from at least 20 yards. So I don't care. I'll shoot anything. I really don't care.
Cool. Let's see here. Well, there's a question out here. Anybody have an opinion about a SCAR rifle?
They're expensive and cool.
And they're illegal in New York. Awesome.
It's not illegal. What's not illegal in New York?
I'm saying it's illegal in New York.
Taxes.
Shit.
I know I said what is not illegal in New York.
What's
taxes?
Johnny, you're right. Taxes and welfare.
Yeah.
Right.
It's great.
Dude, the SCAR's freaking awesome, man. I echo that. They're expensive and badass.
Yeah. It was not mine. I've only shot one, and it was like 5 rounds, and I thought it was pretty cool. I just don't have any experience with it, so I can't give an honest, like, hey, I love it or I don't. I don't know.
I went to the IV 88 range day in October, and I mean it's a full day of shoot whatever you shoot. You shoot until you're sick of shooting. Probably like 3 in the afternoon, I was done and fed up, and it went all the way till 8 p.m.
Wow.
And you just finally just go sit down, and there were some SCARs there. I mean, really, really nice outfitted SCARs, $5,000 rifles, and they were really cool. But a lot of people skipped by them, and they sat there a lot of the day, and people weren't using them. So I got to shoot it a bunch, and it's doggone cool.
Yeah, Wicked saying
loud noises.
Yeah, Wicked saying that they're overpriced. So
I don't know.
I know they're expensive. Is there anything that is there any questions that you get asked a lot, Johnny, that you wanted to answer, or anything you can think of that people might want to know about you other than what we've already heard?
I like snuggling.
Okay, well, hey, that's great.
That's awesome.
So, okay, snuggling's good.
Lately, it's mostly been about gun gossip, and it's been a wild ride of emails and messages and stuff on Instagram. And so a lot of people are just continuously asking, "Oh, who you going after next? Who you going after next?" And I'm like, I don't know, just whatever entertains me. I don't think I'm going to say, wow, Hickok's big, so let's go find something dumb that he does and make fun of it.
Yeah.
I think small channels do just as many dumb things as the big channels do. So if it's entertaining, I'll do it.
I got a lot of dumb stuff.
We do it better. But on that note, what is your favorite comment that you've gotten so far about gun gossip?
Somebody said they were disappointed, which I think is kind of funny. Like, it's one of all words. I'm like, how do you get to the point in life because to be disappointed, that means you have to have an expectation.
Right.
And how do you get to the point with an episode that's never even been out there before to go, you know what, I'm really disappointed in you. And I can't figure out if he's saying that he's disappointed that he thought it was going to be good and it stunk, or if this guy is, and it's a guy, it's got to be a middle-aged white dude that said this to me. But I wonder if he's saying he's disappointed in me as a person. I think that's his direction. Son, I'm disappointed in you.
Yeah.
So that's a lot of fun. That was a good one.
Maybe just disappointed in the change of content, you know, because some people, they right away, you know, they put their hopes and dreams into what you're doing, and then all of a sudden you just you take a big dump on them, and they're like, my God, how is this possible? You know, and then all of a sudden, you know, you get another.
His whole world is as he sits on the toilet playing on his phone. His whole world is collapsing because
listen, man, you know, listen, that guy relies on you for his only happiness, and you let him down.
He could be living through you for sure.
Some guy said yesterday. He said I used to really enjoy this channel, but now all it is giveaway product, giveaway. I've done 2 giveaways in a year. And both of those were just free stuff that you didn't even have to do anything for. Here's just a bunch of stuff. I gave $1,000 of stuff away a couple months ago, and you didn't have to like go through the circus of like posting stuff. Yeah. And some guys like, all you're doing is giving stuff away. I'm like, well, it's 2 in a year, so calm down, buddy.
You know,
people need their keyboards taken away from them.
Johnny, 2 is pretty excessive in this day and age, so we'd like for you to calm that down, please. That'd be great.
And I want you to realize, how dare you give anything away? Damn you!
Give away. Just let me poop in peace.
Yeah. I just want to take a dump as I watch your videos, damn it.
Yeah. And, you know, also it's, you know, and, you know, we've probably all experienced this, you know, you get like a lot of people when they do giveaways, you know, you get those giveaway, you know, there's another name for it, but I'm not going to say it, but you get, you know, people that just jump in on your giveaway and, you know, do all this stuff and then they just go away. You know, they're just and they just go from each one to each one, and you know, and do all, you know, just.
I work almost, I won't say daily, but probably 3 days a week with a YouTube consultant, and probably spend an hour and a half today with him, and over the phone. And he talked a lot about that when I was first getting started. Don't build your channel based on giveaways. And so I look at it, which is cool. People can do whatever they want. It's a free country. Do what you want.
Sure.
But for me, I just think, hey, when I get stuff in, because Roscoe Barrels emailed the other day and said, hey, you want a barrel to give away to your people? The answers to that one is yes.
Yeah, that's cool.
But I just do it just for subscribers. If you're a subscriber, here's some free stuff. I like winning free stuff. It's really, really cool.
Yeah, no, that's awesome.
I don't really get those offers. So nobody's getting anything from me. Damn it.
Well, they hadn't come in the mail yet, so we'll see.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah. No, I think it's, you know, I think it's good to do that. Sometimes it's just, you know, I would have people, I mean, like when I was getting close to 1,000 and I was at 800, and people would be like, when are you doing your $1,000, you know, 1,000 giveaway? When are you doing your 1,000 giveaway? And I'm like, what? You know, and then, oh my God, you passed 1,000, you know, are you not going to do a giveaway? And I was like, really? You know, and it was people that I didn't even recognize. They hadn't been following me. They would just jump on and they would be like, hey, you know that you're 1,100 and you haven't done a giveaway. I went back and looked and I'm like, who are you?
It was really cool when I did the big one. I don't even know. There wasn't really a reason for it. I just did it in September. I think I gave away 9 items. I said a minute ago, about $1,000 of stuff, and none of it was for me. It was just emails and stuff. It's not like I'm warm-hearted. This was other people being kind and gentle. But what was cool is a couple of the long-term viewers, the ones that are in the responses, a Dirt Road Gun Show won something, and there's a guy named It's Too Loud, You're Too Old, and I see him everywhere. He probably follows your old stuff as well. And he won something really, really cool. And then I had a student of mine at school who also won something. I didn't know he followed the channel. So that was kind of cool seeing people that were excited about getting free crap, because who doesn't like free stuff?
Right.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. I don't really do giveaways. I did one at the beginning of things, but I don't really do it now. You know, on occasion I'll out of the blue PM somebody asking them, hey, do you need this? Because I have extra. You want it? I'll send it to you. I've done that a couple of times, and you know, to me that's fine. You know, and you can usually tell if somebody needs something. I'll send it to you, man. Within reason, of course. You know, I'm not sending you a gun, but you know, if it's an extra holster or something like that, I usually will hook them up. You know, the best I can.
I have put loose stuff, like loose ammo and stuff on arms list before. And one day I just had this big Ziploc bag full of stuff. And I live in Appalachia. And, you know, there's an entire gamut of socioeconomics here. Yeah. And there was a gentleman who responded immediately. He wanted all this loose rounds. And he left me the nicest note. I just put it in my mailbox. Left me the nicest, sweetest note saying, thanks, buddy, man. Times are tough. And I'm just so glad to get to go to the range and shoot 50 rounds. So
it's awesome.
I don't have like tons of stuff to give, but it's kind of cool when somebody's appreciative.
Yeah, right. It is very rare. It's very rare.
No, it's definitely, it's always great to help, help people out. I mean, I've had people PM me and I've sent them stuff and I don't, hey, let's do a video and tell somebody I gave stuff away. It's not what it's about. Just help some people out. Let's see here. So we're getting close, very close. You guys want to do any outtakes, any endings? Let us know what's going on in your channels and what you got coming up.
I got some stuff from Sandpaper Pistol Grips, guys. Really
Cool.
Excited. He sent me out some little things to put on some of my guns, and it's kind of interesting stuff. So I'm going to be using that. Just kind of interesting little things here and there. I got a new rail from Matador Arms for my SKS because I was looking for something really good, really sturdy. And again, I reached out to them and I asked them, and they were like, sure. I was like, well, okay, great. And so they sent that out, which was really awesome. I appreciate that. So I'm going to install it. I got to do a little Dremel work on it, but at least on the pin on my SKS. But I'm looking forward to getting a rail on there because the one I had, it didn't work. And then I actually changed out the stock too. I put a choke stock on it only because the wood, I couldn't get a good consistent cheek weld. And so the choke stock fixed that for me. So I'll probably do a little bit of a overtake on that and let people see it. I'm really excited. It's my favorite round for a rifle. I'm not going to say what else, but it's just a great gun. I love it. I absolutely love it. And people discount the SKS all the time, but it's still a damn good rifle.
Great rifle.
In my opinion.
We do have one question. Kevin is asking, what's the price difference between the stock 2 and the shadow 2? The Tanfoglio stock 2 is about $850, but it does not come with, it has the curved trigger. And it's really, to be honest with you, the Tanfoglio stock trigger on the stock 2 sucks. So a lot of people change it out, but it's $850 without any upgrades. And then the shadow 2 is about $1180 out of the box. So, by the time you get there, they're, where you want it, they're probably going to be about the same. So you just have to make your decision of which one you want. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead, Johnny. I'm sorry.
With what's coming up? Is that what you said?
Yep.
I'm going to be reading over Christmas The Great Gatsby in its entirety.
Okay. And probably doing some snuggling, I guess, right?
Holding hands.
That's awesome.
So you got anything exciting? I know you got the AR deal. What else you got going?
Yeah, I'm pretty excited about the AR. I mean, it's going to be pretty nice, and it's got a trigger that I'm really excited. It's a Geisley trigger that I'm really excited about, 2-stager. So pretty excited about that. And I got the finishing touches on the next Gun Gossip. It's coming, so we'll see. Comedy's a hard thing to do because you're sitting in your shop by yourself, giggling to yourself, thinking people are going to not like this. And so, like last week, I did it and then had to reshoot the entire thing. The whole process took 23 hours.
Wow.
Jesus.
Yeah, because you just don't know. And so we'll see. I'm going to try to be funny, but keep your expectations low so you're not disappointed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and also your video today, you said you got and I don't know if I can say this word, but I think it starts with a G.
Glock.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
I'm just joking.
Oh,
No,
that what actually was the word? I was trying to be funny.
It was. No, you've got a Glock coming up on your channel. I'm just joking around. I don't.
Oh, the one that's in Florida. Titan Defense took my Glock 19 Gen 5, and they're doing a complete, I think it's an Ares. They have several packages named after like Greek gods, but I don't know. I can't say those fancy words. I got a GED. And they're doing a complete package. It comes back on Friday, and so pretty excited about that. And then Streamlight's putting a light on it, and then I think I'm going to put an RMR on it too. So it's going to be a race gun, but I shoot so poorly that I don't know what to do with it. So it's going to be an Instagram gun.
There you go. That's
awesome. Want to send it to me? Just that's fine. I'll actually send you my Glock 17 that has none of that on it, so you can have a normal one, and I'll definitely take it.
There you go. What about you, KS?
So a couple things real quick. Nolan reminded me, make sure to check out everybody's channels on the chat. He had mentioned Sandpaper Pistol Grips, but everybody out here, lots of good channels. Be sure to check all of those guys out, please. But so a lot of you guys know I did a P320 returns video, I don't know, maybe 3 weeks ago or so, and it has been met with a little bit of ire, unfortunately. There have been a lot of negative comments on that, although the video has done quite well. A lot of people express their dissatisfaction with my opinion of my experience. So I need a little bit of redemption on that. So so I'm bringing another P320 into the fold, and this is the XVTAC. So I'm very excited to do that. It's a beautiful gun. I haven't shot it yet, so I don't have any opinion of it yet. But I'm still a fan of the P320. I was just a little bit disappointed in the in how mine came back from SIG. So anyway, so a little redemption on that. I've got a If I Could Only Have One coming this weekend, and neither one is a CZ. So I'm very excited about that. I need a break from CZs a little bit because I've been a little bit CZ heavy, and the video coming after that one is a CZ. So I need a break.
Hey, nothing wrong with CZ life now. Come on.
I've told myself in Q1 of 2018, I'm limiting myself to one CZ, and that's it. And then everything else has to be non-CZs. No, Mateo is saying the current trend is to hate on P320s. I know, man, but no, I'm trying to redeem myself and the P320. I think it's still a good format. So everybody, thank you so much for joining us tonight. We love every one of you guys. Happy holidays to each and every one of you. I hope they are fun and safe, and you drink lots of alcohol.
There you go. Yeah, definitely. I want to pass, Merry Christmas on to everyone. Happy holidays, whatever your beliefs are, and also I really want to thank our soldiers who are over in other countries fighting for us at this time of the year, especially away from their families. That's a huge, huge deal. Matter of fact, I travel a lot. This is not a big deal, but I gave every one of my hotel points to Fisher House Foundation. That's just something that I do yearly, and that's a big thing that I like to do because I don't use them myself, and I want families to be able to use them. But anyway, I definitely appreciate y'all coming on. Johnny, I appreciate you coming on. You got a great channel. Keep up the great work, and definitely want to appreciate all the subs. I hope everyone has a blessed Christmas, and we're also praying for CMAX. And USA, they've got a great giveaway. Balding Curious is doing a great thing. Crazy Scotsman, Ed USAF, Insight Freedom, they're all giving away some fantastic guns, to get CMAX, get him squared away, and just want to pass that on. I mean, very great, great people we have in our community, and glad to be part of it. So anyway. Have a Merry Christmas, everyone. We appreciate y'all as always, and please carry on and be safe.
Merry Christmas, guys. Have a good holiday.
Thanks, everyone. I'll take care.
Guys.
Good night.
Thanks, Johnny.
Bye.